This defense gave you probably more problems than any defense you saw all year.
And their DBs are smart. They're a pretty heavy zone team. Obviously, third down, they like to get up there and put their hands on and play some man.
The Jets are known to be primarily more a zone defense, and what that means for the Buffalo Bills in this Week 1 Monday night matchup. Welcome to my channel, Bills News Consolidated. We're going to discuss the top players for Bills Mafia versus the Jets, what I ultimately think is going to unfold, and how I believe the Buffalo Bills will attack this zone coverage defense for the New York Jets. As I already mentioned, the New York Jets are primarily more a zone coverage defense than man, but interestingly enough, you can't just call them a zone-heavy defense. Let's take a look at the numbers. Before taking a look at the numbers, I want to take a look at the head coach of the New York Jets, Robert Saleh, his family tree in the NFL, his upbringing. We have to understand how he was influenced, how he runs a defense. Similar to how Sean McDermott learned from Jim Johnson and Andy Reid, that same family tree, we can understand who Robert Saleh learned from, and we will find out here that it was the Seattle Seahawks defense. This article clearly says that Saleh's upbringing as an NFL head coach was primarily working under NFL and defensive coordinator Gus Bradley. Bradley's career took off as the architect of the Legion of Boom under Pete Carroll with the Seattle Seahawks and that Seattle 3 system, which took over the NFL. Eventually, Saleh got his chance to run a defense for the San Francisco 49ers and made the Super Bowl as the defensive coordinator, landing him the Jets job. We know he has the roots of a Seattle 3 system. In 2021, we could see the Jets ran zone coverage with their cornerbacks at 63.6%, ranking them only 21st in the NFL for the most amount of zone coverage. The league average was 66.5. And then we could also see just total zone defense. When you calculate all the Jets defenders, they had a 75.4% zone coverage between man coverage percentage, and it was dead on with the league average. They literally ranked 19th in the NFL for running the most zone coverage in 2021. It's nothing over the top. They're not running the most zone coverage, but we have to understand what type of zone coverage they are running, how the Buffalo Bills can attack that with the personnel that we have. Also understanding that it still is somewhat a hybrid defense, calling zone and man coverage. Well, when are they calling man? When are they calling zone? We can find out here. The Jets' most used coverage is cover 3 on 28.5% of their coverage snaps. However, they did use both traditional spot drop zone and Seattle's famous cover 3 zone marble structure. With buzz schemes, the coverage starts as 2 high safety shell pre-snap and then rotates to a single high safety, basically making it that cover 3. On the back side of this, we could see that Sauce Gardner is locked into man coverage on the X receiver, similar to that Richard Sherman role in Seattle, while the outside corner to the passing strength has the deep third as he would in a traditional spot drop back cover 3 zone. Now, to keep defenses honest, the Jets will also stay in split safety zones with quarters and cover 6 structures, accounting for 37.6% of their snaps. This is the Jets' third down zone package, and although they do run man in their zone, which we're going to discuss, we could see clearly here their third down package has a little bit more variety. You're going to see a 5-man rush here where they'll put 5 defenders on the line of scrimmage, and then sometimes they'll stay in man coverage, man-free coverage with a 5-man rush, while in other instances, they'll drop defenders off the line of scrimmage to fall back into zone. For the Buffalo Bills to move the ball through the air, expect to see crossing routes from the passing game to expose the backside with the X taking Gardner up the field. Flood concepts, conflicting zone defenders, vertical routes to push the zone downfield to hit throws underneath, and hopefully more play action and motion, which always gives zone defenses problems. With second-level defenders
early on in the
having
game, I
both
think we'll
coverage
get a
and
good sense
run-fit
of how they're playing us,
responsibilities, play action
and
is
try to
effective
adjust
against
accordingly.
zone defenses. plus motion can bump defenders out of space gaps since there isn't one player assigned to the motion player as they are in man coverage. We know the New York Jets really like to run zone coverage on first down, on second down, and then they come out with this 5-man front rolling with man coverage, but also a man zone type coverage. They might drop one of these defensive linemen back into zone. So there is a lot going on. There is a lot of confusing and moving parts. Just like this article said, you can attack this New York Jets defense in several ways, but what's the right recipe to win for the Buffalo Bills? We really aren't a play action team. Josh Allen is very rarely under center. He's most of the time in shotgun. We do utilize RPO, the run pass option, but it's really not a play action threat against the zone coverage defense that the New York Jets has. And to do that, you really need to establish the run. Now, I do think the Bills will need to establish the run in this game, but how effective will that be? I really think the most effective strategy for the Buffalo Bills is utilizing Gabe Davis as that vertical threat to get that defense stretched out, to increase the spaces in the Jets' zone defense. Stephon Diggs is the true X wide receiver for the Buffalo Bills, matched up on Sauce Gardner. So Diggs will also need to be a vertical threat in this game to get Sauce Gardner out of the picture. Now, I know Diggs does great with crossing routes, and we even saw it against the Chicago Bears, running multiple shallow crossing routes, going left, going right, crisscrossing his way down the football field. And I think Diggs could definitely still do that this game, but a guy like Deontay Hardy has the feel. Khalil Shakir has the feel. Those slot wide receivers that could run those shallow crossing routes to sit in the zones of that Jets defense, as well as Dalton Kincaid. And I really think this could be a big game for Dalton Kincaid, a guy that Josh Allen says that he could read his body language extra well, having such a great feel for the game, being super wise beyond his years. Everyone's saying he doesn't look or play like a rookie. Dalton Kincaid could come out beast mode week 1 versus the Jets, have a heck of a day. Deontay Hardy is another favorite player of mine against the New York Jets here, and we see the other way to beat the New York Jets zone defense is by using motion on that line of scrimmage, because zone defenses don't cover that motion man. Normally when man coverage is there, you have a player running alongside that motion man. So Deontay Hardy, and we saw this against the Bears, and more is starting to make sense. Maybe we were somewhat preparing for the Jets versus that last preseason game in the Bears, because I saw a lot that I think the Bills are going to implement in this game. A screen game to Deontay Hardy, short passing game to Deontay Hardy, letting him use his rack, his run after catch ability. And I'm really anticipating a Hardy in motion and short passing game, screen game. Don't forget about James Cook too and his route running ability. James Cook going into the flat, shallow routes. I really think James Cook could get involved early and often in a short passing game that the Buffalo Bills have not had in many years. And that's something that teams really exploited with the Buffalo Bills last year. We were more of a home run hitting threat, deep throwing team on offense. Now we have an answer. We have a short passing game to combat teams like the New York Jets. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, it would really support my efforts for this channel if you hit like and subscribe. We are running out of time on the free shipping at Buffalo Fan Shop. Check the link down below. Until week 1, you guys will be getting free shipping on that. BNC, promo code BNC at SeatGeek.com. You will get $20 off your next purchase. Appreciate you guys, and go Bills.
Play some man. Now, if that's something they want to continue to do, we'll find out. But if they want to switch it up again early on in the game, I think we'll get a good sense of how they're playing us.